see the ball, please? Okay. So Victoria, step back for me a minute. Take it back here. Kennedy, step back where you were when she first got the ball. So Victoria, step back. Where were you? You were in here. Huddy, where were you? You were here. Okay. So Victoria, you took the ball there. What was your option there? Where did you decide to go? Where did you decide to go? You decided to take her outside. Kennedy, I felt you were slightly higher there, right? So step a little bit higher for me. Okay. Now, take a step back for me. So you were pressuring, you stepped high. Was there any communication there when you stepped? Now look at her body position. Is she dictating to either side? Is she dictating inside or outside? No? So you were straight on, and if we want to be very specific, we had them in front of us, but she went to the outside, and if you want that to happen, I want you to come over here and show her inside. So move your body position over here. Now, we've got a couple of choices in the wide areas. If the defender's shown to the outside, we have to be confident in the knowledge that my two centre defenders are sitting deep. Does that make sense? And my defensive midfielder is sitting in behind as well, ready to cover. Okay? So if that was you two, Emily, I want you two to sit back a little bit deeper. So if she does get beat, and go inside for me, go inside. If she does get beat, you two are in there to collect the ball. But, Huddy, if she does take the ball on the outside, that's an opportunity for you to come in and cover. Now, I've got one defensive midfielder, but if we're taking a Huddy steps out, I want you to come in and be the other defensive midfielder and fill that gap. Does that make sense? So what I'm going to do, Victoria, play the ball back there. Sorry, play the ball to me. Kennedy, step back in here for me. I'm going to play her the ball. You're going to dictate and show her to the outside. You're going to let her in there because you know there's a player in behind you. Now, I want you to communicate as I play the ball where to show her. Does that make sense? You two are central. Now, also make sure there's not a gap. So, Kobe, I want you to step over for me as the ball comes in, and you guys have got your distances, you're close together. Does that make sense? Alright? And remember, always be aware of the player on the back side, check your shoulder, but you should be almost in line with the back post. Make sense? Play from here. Play. Go. Well done. Well done. Play from there. Play on. Check your shoulder, lad. Check your shoulder. You're free for a second. Bring it back here again. Bring it over here. Play the ball here. Okay, you get the ball. All right. So, Colby, tell me what your decision is. What way did you show her? You showed her right. The way, where did she go? So she cut inside. So tell me about your angle and how you dictated. Was it good enough to show the way you wanted to show? And when you stepped, did you look behind, or was there any communication from your central defender to tell you where to go? No, there wasn't. So let's step back for a second. Step back. All right. You come up here a little bit. Okay. Okay. So again, you're going to try and show her out. All right. Now you're going to show her out in the knowledge that you, my two central defenders, are going deeper, because if the ball's crossed, you're going to pick up that ball. Now, if they go deeper, you're going to have to go in and sit in that gap, and I want you to come in and sit in that gap as well. Does that make sense? So we have a solid block. And Kennedy, as the player goes wide with the ball and they go in deeper, you're coming in to give that cover as well. But I need communication. If you're coming out, your body position was, you did show here, but I would have maybe stepped over here that way to stop that cut inside. Does that make sense? But let me see you this time. Step in, she takes the touch, and then she tries to get the cross in, but I want to hear you communicating, is she going to show inside or outside? Can you do that for me? Alright, what are you going to say? Okay, good girl. Ready? Play, go. Good girl. Well done. Keeper's foul. Oh, corner. Kennedy, inside of that post. Inside of that. Well done. Go side, ladies. Okay, yellows, can we show that opposite movement? Can we get on the ball, guys? Mariana, get on the ball. We're good. We're good. Red ball. Here we go, Colby. Okay, free throw it now. Bring it back. Mariana, bring the ball back here. Who played the ball in? Okay. Colby, get higher for me. Okay, who was it got on the ball? You got on the ball there? You were in this space here, right? Okay, Colby, Maya, get a little bit higher for me where you were. Okay, so the ball, we get the ball, we win the ball centrally, Reds. Okay, set up in front of us. I think Huddy, you were a little bit higher. Okay, so show me that. We were kind of caught in transition there, okay? All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. There's a gap there between the centre back and the full back. Agreed? So, ball's played there. I'm either looking for you, Evelyn, to drop in there and cover that wide area. You would slide over. Alright? So drop in there for me, Evelyn. Drop in a little bit deeper. Alright? You slide over, and Honey, you would come in here centrally. And then I've got my two defensive midfielders. So one of you would stay, and one of you would pressure the ball centrally. Does that make sense? Yeah? Now, that should give you enough time to get back and help cover that situation as well. So we were kind of caught, we were split there. Alright? We were kind of caught flat. Evelyn, you were too far over here. The gap was there for her to go onto. Does that make sense? So what I want to see is everybody's going to step back to where they were. We play the ball into you. The game is live, and you step into that situation. And this time, Evelyn, you're winning the ball. It should be a 50-50. You're coming in to cover, and then Colby, you're coming in behind as well. Does that make sense? And if you can, you press and put pressure on that pass. All right? Where did you get the ball from? Okay, Val, you're going to start from there. Play it in. Ready? On a sec. Hold on. Pass here is free. The pass here is free. Does that make sense? Evelyn, step forward because you're a little bit further over there. There we go. From this pass here, the game is live. Okay? Go. Good cover. Hold on, Caps. Give it yellow ball. Okay, freeze hold it there. Give it to Victoria, Kennedy, for a sec. Give it to Victoria. Right, let's look at this situation because I haven't really seen it yet. Okay, so Kennedy, Victoria's got the ball. You're going to come in and pressure her. Can you do that for me? Now, I want you to try. I want you to look to pressure her inside. So just make that little curve drawing. And Vic, bring the ball out a little bit. Let's manipulate this a little bit. Okay, bring it out here. Bring it here. That'll do. Okay, you're gonna come out here. You're gonna come out. That's it. Keep going. Stop there. Hold it there. All right. Now, what I'm looking for from both sides is now my full back to create a little overlap. All right. So Vic, you bring it inside. You're going to go on the outside, and you're going to feed the ball to her. All right. Now, with that being said, if that happens, Kennedy comes high. What does that require from you guys? I want you just. In fact, what I want you to do is I want you to go deeper. So Eddie, go deeper for me. Hold it there for a sec. Colby, you're going to come in as well. Because what we're looking at is the ball played wide and we're looking at an early cross. So if we get an early cross, you guys have to be organised. My two defensive midfielders, you would, as that ball goes wide left, that's the trigger for you to drop in. That's also the trigger for you to drop in as well. Does that make sense? Okay? Now, obviously, when the full back makes a run down the way, we want to show her towards the line, right? Or we want to try and show her inside if possible. Because we don't want to let her get to the byline and behind us and get across and behind us. Okay? So your body is going to be dictating and showing her. If you're sliding over here, you're going to try and come out here and show her into here because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 players there in that situation. Does that make sense? All right. So, Vic, I'm going to play you the ball. You're going to start wide. You're going to take your touch inside because that's going to invite your full back into that space. And you're going to try and Kennedy, you're going to come with her. We're going to see if we can make that work. Okay? Let me see the ball, Kennedy. Ready? Okay? We go. Play. You want it? Well done. Make sure if that happens next time as well that you're communicating with Kennedy that you're dropping in, okay? She can go press and you can drop into that space, okay? You got me? Relax, relax, relax. So Liv, Hudson, one of you goes in. Liv or Hudson, one of you goes in. There we go. Get your shape. Keep her there, Kobe. No turn. Get free, sorry there. Again, play the ball back here very quickly. So, Matt, you were facing that way. Kobe, you were in behind her. Can you step in behind her, hon? All right. So, Kobe's doing a good job of keeping her facing away from the goal. Our only option is to turn inside. Honey, you were high. You were higher. Okay, you're fine there. Kennedy, dropping a little bit deeper for me. So my two defensive midfielders are kind of caught out of position. There's a pocket of space in there. I want either one of you, my number 6 dropping in, and my number 8 dropping in. Preferably who's closer. Can you read that ball? She's there. Kobe's got her. Her option, Maya's option, is to play up there or play inside. So we have to be reading the visual cues. We have to be reading her body movement. Does that make sense? So Kobe's got her. I would say if I could be a little bit critical of Kobe, Maya, face that way. You are there. You're holding her there. Can you hold her in there so her only option is to play that way? You were holding her there, and that allowed her to turn and play the ball in. Does that make sense? So we're going to play it from there. Honey, you're going to step. As I say play, you're going to try it out. We're going to see if we can be solid in here. Okay, if we can drop in it and cut out that pass. Ready? Play, go. Thank you, Mike. Well done, Keeps. It was out, yeah. It was out. Second ball left. Hold it there. Sorry. Right, come up here again. Take the ball right there. Kennedy, get high, get on Vic. Okay, I think the ball was in here. Ball was in here. Alright, step back a little bit for me, Kennedy. Alright, Kennedy was playing really high there, ladies, yes? Now, Reds win possession in this area of the field. Who do we really want covering in that situation? Preferably the defensive mids. So Kennedy, I want you to drop in. Now, first thing we want to think about defensively when the opposition won the ball, have we got them in front of us? Can we delay them? So we've got our structure at the minute, right? Okay? Second thing we want to try and do, so first thing is delay, second thing is what? We want to dictate. Alright, we want to make the game predictable. Okay? So we've got two defensive defenders over here, we may want to try and press Victoria and dictate Victoria over this position. Then we can deny and win the ball. We can trap her in here and win the ball. Make sense? So, in this area here, it's my two defensive midfielders I want to control and I want to pressure. Alright? So Huddy, you would come over here and press. Now, if we want to push it over there, instead of me just shouting pressing and using a general term, I'm going to say to you, I want you to make that little curved run on the right. Make that little C run like this on the right hand side. So you're pushing her over here. Does that make sense? Now, we talked about pressure from the front. I also want to connect my striker as well. The moment they win the ball, I want you coming back and putting on pressure from behind. So we're trying to keep her over here and win the ball back quickly. But with you coming high there, Kennedy, it left a gap in behind, and it left an opportunity for combination play as well. Alright? So keep your structure, delay, get your midfielders doing that, and keep your shape. Alright? Get your midfielders doing the work in here, and if they get beat, then you're on the ball. Okay? Let me see the ball. I play to you. You're there, Huddy. Game is live. As Huddy goes in there left, you would step in as well. Okay? Ready? Right, go.
Go, Maddie. The middle.
And Huddy, next time you step in, try and stop that pass from being made, okay? Ladies, hold it there. Bring it in, please. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Bring it in.